character. I like the fact that she's kind of out of her depth, but she's competent, she's confident, she's smart, she's resourceful, she actually cares. She isn't like a lot of the characters are assholes, and she's actually a good person. And all the characters, I would say she's definitely one of the most human characters in the story. I like her attitude. I like the back and forth she has with her brother. I like the fact that she's willing to stand on her convictions. I like the fact that she is not afraid to get into Lisbeth's ass, especially in the other book. But there was a scene where Lisbeth like went on vacation for some months or something like that, and never called, and then when Anika ended up finally getting a hold of her, she kind of went off on him like, "Hey, you gotta let me know what's going on. What's wrong with you?" So I really like her character, and it's interesting because she's kind of an outside character despite her relationship with Bloomfist, and I like seeing her perspective on things. So I really like that insight of that character as well. Coming in at number 6 is Benito. Or no, 7 is Benito. I like her character. Again, she's another female villain, but it's cool. It's interesting because a majority of the bad guys in the story are dudes. Different ways of life, from thug street criminals all the way to the corporate ladder, all the way to the government. But it's nice seeing Lisbeth have to deal with female characters that are villainous, that want to see her dead or want to see her harmed or really want to see her in just the worst possible position. Hello, can I have your shirt? I just want someone to ask me that before. No, but it's a cool shirt. It's called Thinking. You should try it sometime. Where did I get this? Spencer's, I think. If not Spencer's, probably Walmart. But I think it was Spencer's because I don't like Walmart. But anyways, when I was reading the story, like I said, I like Benito. She's a bit of a criminal. She kind of, if not a bit of a criminal, she is a criminal. She is like some of the worst of the worst. She doesn't hesitate to kill people. She doesn't hesitate to bully. And you see how influential her character is because she's in jail and she's got the warden scared. She's got the prison guards and stuff on the payroll, got them moving and shaking for her. She's got people on the outside willing to kill for her. She even ends up breaking out of prison and stuff like that. So Benito is one of those characters. I'm like, this lady's just straight up badass. So I'm good with that. Now, coming in at number 8, I want to say is Fiera. I always miss the girl's name up. Like I said, I like her story. I like her character. I like the fact that she reminds Lisbeth of herself because she's this young woman that's being caught up in all of this craziness that doesn't make any sense, and how all of these people want her harmed and dead, and it's mostly a family thing. And the fact that it's a power play, she's kind of caught up in this, and how the fact is basically love that got her into this. So she's really she's one of the more tragic characters throughout the series as well. And I like what they do with her, that she does end up getting out of this, that she does end up stepping up in her life, and that Lisbeth does have a bit of influence on who she becomes as throughout the rest of the story. So I absolutely like her character. I think she's absolutely awesome. I wrote down the other 2 characters, but I cannot freaking remember what their name was. Oh, I'm sorry. I said it earlier. One of the other characters that I really enjoyed was Miriam. Miriam was the girl that I actually did like, who ends up being her on again, off again girlfriend of Salander. You see that Miriam is one of those characters that she doesn't really get a lot of screen time, I guess you could say. But I do like her relationship with Salander, how Salander can be somewhat vulnerable to her, but at the same time still be so guarded. But Miriam is another, and another thing about like her character. I think that she's a kickboxer, so she ends up doing some pretty cool shit. She's not helpless. She's actually smart. She's actually pretty resourceful. And I do like the fact that she actually has something going on for her. And I love the fact that her relationship with Salander ultimately does help Salander grow as a person, because she's one of those characters that does have this like string attached to her. So I really like her. I really wish she got a little bit more time, but I do ultimately like what she does to help Salander in the end. And I have to again say I really do like. Uh, Now I'm on the fence because I'm like, okay, if Paulo Roberto was one of the characters that I really like, and Sonya is the other character that I like, but I'm trying not to get Sonya mixed up because it was two characters. It was a woman character that was working with Bloomfist, and then there was a woman character that was trying to uh, protect Erica. But the problem is, I cannot remember which one. I can't remember the freaking lady's name now. I'm trying to look it up, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't remember. I think Sonya Modig was the character that helped Bloomfist. Um, Anyways, I can't remember the lady's name, but she was helping Bloomfist. And I liked her character too because she was very competent. A lot of the angst that happened in the story, where the cops were kind of against Lisbeth, she kind of was on her side because again, a lot of this is about abuse of women and kids, and she's actually a part of the people that fight against that. And I like that she becomes more and more objective with the story as it continues to go on. And I ultimately did like her relationship with Bloomfist. I thought she was strong. I thought she was capable. I thought she was interesting. When Bloomfist is about to get killed, she helps save him. So I really like her character. She was actually pretty badass. She had some really good moments. I did like the relationship between her and Bloomfist. I do feel it was kind of fast, but I'm like, there's a lot of stuff going on, and this ain't the time period where people actually spent like a year to get to know somebody before intimacy gets involved. But I actually like her character, and I'm sorry if it's the wrong one because, like I said, it was two women. I'm trying to remember which one. I think one of them was with the security company. Yes, one of them was with the security company. The one the security company was with Erica. Okay, and then the cop was with Bloomfist. Okay, yes, that's what it was. That's what it was. So Sonya Modig was the character. Bam! I figured it out. But anyways, um, the series also has some really good moments. Those are my top 10 favorite characters, by the way. Honorable mentions. I don't remember a lot of the guys' names. The Swedish names are just so freaking weird. I'm sorry, they are. There is the guy that was the hacker. Can't remember his name now. Lisbeth's hacker friend. I thought he was actually pretty cool. The hacker that Camila had helping her was actually pretty cool as well. Bashir and Khalil, I didn't really like those characters. I thought they were pieces of shit. Alexander Zalachenko, not really a favorite character, but that guy was an asshole. And he's definitely made his print in this damn book. So pretty much everything's happened because of him. Um, there's also Nicholas Headstrom and Hans Fast. Not really liking those characters, but they did put quite a thorn in my girl's side. So screw those assholes. There might be one or two other characters. Paulo, he was actually pretty cool, and it was nice to see him have this really good moment with Ronald Niederman. I like Niederman. I really did like his character as well. If there was like maybe top 11 or something, I would have actually included him as well because he was actually pretty brutal. It's funny because I was listening to the audiobook, and the way they describe his voice is just so funny because he's like this really big built dude, and he just like this weird, like almost comical Swedish voice that you see like on like a Bugs Bunny cartoon or something like that. But I actually like this character too. So Even though it's 11, but I'm just gonna stop at 10. But Niederman, I did like his character as well. So some of my favorite moments in the books. Um, Again, at the end of the Girl Dragon Tattoo, where we end up finding out what happened in the past, who this killer gets exposed, and Mikhail Bloomfist is going to be murdered. That moment, I like that moment because one, it was so terrifying. It was such a really tense moment. Now, again, I like the moment from the movie better. I did. It was done better. It was so much more tense. And I like the villain, at least what he said, so much better than in the book. But it was such a really, really good moment. There's also, this is not one of my favorite moments, but it's one of the standout moments. Now, going back to the first book, there's a rape scene. And that rape scene sets the tone. It is just brutal. And it's not a favorite scene of mine by any stretch of the imagination, but it's one of the standout scenes in the story. And it also, again, helps Lisbeth take the steps that she does, especially her more extreme steps that she does later on throughout the series. So that one was pretty extreme. And if you don't have the stomach for that scene, you might want to skip that chapter. But it does lead up to some pretty strong developments later on, I guess you can say. So, and the girl who played with fire, one of the best moments, absolutely, is the ending sequence when Lisbeth ends up finding the people responsible for what's going on that set her up, and she almost dies. Twice, actually. Seemingly twice, she almost dies. There's also another moment that she gets where these two bikers end up confronting her, and she defeats them. So that was actually a pretty cool moment to see as well. The moment where Apollo ends up fighting Niederman with the help of Miriam, thought that was a really cool moment as well. Going to the girl who kicked the hornet's nest. The moment where the guy comes to kill Elizabeth, that was actually a pretty cool moment that happened in the hospital. That was actually pretty good. I know that's a bit of a spoiler, and I'm trying not to spoil stuff, but it's kind of hard the longer I talk about it, because when I talk about it, more things want to come out. So that was actually a pretty cool moment as well. Also, one of the more ingenious things that I've seen happen in the story is how Bloomfist ends up helping her while she's in the hospital get access to a computer. That was actually pretty ingenious, so I would definitely give it to him on that. The moment that we have the courtroom scene and they dive into what's been going on with her past, all of these people that's involved, that was actually sweet. That was actually a good moment as well. You definitely feel a lot of relief. You feel like there has been a victory won because of everything that's been going on. So really appreciated that sequence as well. What was it? The girl, I was gonna mix up now. The girl in the spider's web. I like that one. I don't want to say there was like a moment like that, but it was actually pretty entertaining. It was pretty entertaining. I don't think there's really like standout moments like that. No, nah, I can't really think. I can't really think of any standout moments like that. Wait, hold on a second. I just thought about something. See, as like a thriller, it was actually really good. I can't really think of any standout moments that happened like that. Not saying it's bad, I just can't really think of them in a moment right now. The girl takes an eye for an eye. One of my favorite moments in that book absolutely was a scene where Elizabeth ends up first fighting Benito for the first time. That was actually pretty cool. How she bribed the warden, that was actually pretty cool. The ending, that was actually pretty cool as well. And in that one, No, one of the more shocking ones. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say, I'm going to go ahead and spoil one of the scenes. One of the parts that happened in that one is, yeah, yeah. I forgot her, the dude that her guardian. I forgot his name, but it was messed up. He got killed. He got killed, and the ending where Lisbeth ends up attending the funeral, that was actually pretty powerful. It was kind of fucked up on her part a little bit, but it was actually pretty powerful. And how that guy died was just bullshit. So I actually like this character, but that was pretty messed up. And in The Girl Who Lived Twice, absolutely the ending. The ending was just straight up badass. That whole bit where Bloomfist is being tortured, Lisbeth comes there to save him, and there's just like just crazy, just free fall action sequence. Really liked it. Really liked it. I really enjoyed it. Even the moment where there's a special moment that happens in this book as well, where Lisbeth is almost there to kill, is almost in a position where she can kill Camilla, and she kind of freezes up. Really good scene. It shows her that she's human, that that despite everything, there's still something there between them two, and there's some kind of hope. But you see that, and you see it between both of them to a certain extent. It's like a love-hate thing. More hate than love, but you can still see there's something there. And it's like they see each other as enemies, and they see each other as sisters, and they see each other somewhat as victims, but they still hate each other. And I do like that. That added so much depth to the relationship between these two characters and how it goes about forming. And also, there's an interesting moment that happens in this book where there's a discussion during an investigation of where these people went onto this mountain and they froze to death. And basically, the events surrounding that was actually really good. It was really interesting. It was really messed up as well. And I did really like that scene as well. So I'm gonna stop rambling. I got my top 10 characters out. I got my top 10 favorite moments as well. I talked about the books. I like the books. Ultimately, I think that the characters do work. I think that the story works. I think the writing works as well. The underlying tone about, and somebody said this, and I agree with them, that a lot of the book serves as when people have relationships, they're not monogamous, right? They're not monogamous. They're all people. It's open relationships, pretty much. And I'm like, a lot of the relationships in the book actually do come off that way. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And again, the hatred of women, the abuse of children, and the underlying theme that's going. Oh, one of my favorite other scenes, and I think it was from the girl that's in the spider's web. I think it was from that one, but it might have been the girl in the girl did it twice. But I think it was in the girl in spider's web. Is Lisbeth's on vacation, and there's this hurricane that comes there, and there's a murder plot that she ends up coming on, and how she deals with that. That was actually pretty good as well. But all right, I'm going to end it here, guys. Let me know in the comment section below. What are your thoughts about the Millennium series? Before I go, I wanted to talk about Christine Smirnoff. And Christine Smirnoff, and that's how you say it, was talking about doing another trilogy. And these are my thoughts. Karen Smirnoff, I'm sorry. And this is what she said. The Millennium books are classics in their genre, where a combination of unforgettable characters and strong political and societal engagement still fascinates readers. I agree. I will continue to build on Stieg Larsson's core themes, such as violence, abuse of power, and the contemporary political currents. I don't know much about this woman. I don't know what her filmography or bookography or writography is. And it says that she's done some stuff. Oh, she's a new author. Oh no. She's not a new author, but she wrote some stuff. I'm not sure what the hell she wrote. I guess these are books. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, this is my thoughts about it. I'm interested. I do want to see more from the characters, but I feel like the books did a great job of concluding the series. Like, I was satisfied with the way the third book concluded it. They managed to bring something fresh and new while also harkening back to the old with the second trilogy. So I was really okay with what happened there. I'm on the fence because, like I said, I do want to see more from the characters. I do want to see them return, but I don't want to make it. I don't want it to be forced, and I feel like it will be forced if they were brought back at this point. Because, like I said, just everything was so neatly tied up, and there can't be. But I'm interested because, like I said, a lot of the stuff is something happen. A lot of the stuff is one person investigates something, one person gets caught up in something, and their interactions basically. It's like if one was investigating something, the other one happens to be a part of it, or if one is investigating something, the other one is investigating something, and they lead up to the same thing. And I'm like, well, what could happen at this point that would bring these two characters back together? You know, like I said, at the end of it, they both went on with their lives. They're happy that they've been friends. And so I'm on the fence about that. And I wanted to talk about the character development, especially between these two. I feel like they have their moments. They're what I consider very human, and this is what I mean by that. Because in the stories, when you read them, you in life, in life you have character developments, but you also have what you consider relapses or forces of habit. And I feel like that sometimes they do develop as characters, but they also do fall back into other habits. So it makes it seem like they haven't developed like characters. But I actually do like the characters in the story. And if Smirnoff can bring these characters together and just pay homage to what Larson did with the characters, as well as Lager Krantz, put her own spin on it without putting woke stuff in it. I'm not just saying it because she's a woman writing it, but I'm just saying it because she's a woman writing it in this time period where I put all that woke shit in it. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Like I said, I'm interested. I'm one of those guys like, okay, yeah, probably should stop here. It probably should end here, but if you can tell a really good story, I'm fine with it. I would love to revisit these characters once again. But we're talking about this long enough. Guys, in the comment section below, let me know, what do you think of the Millennium book series? We're not talking about the first, not just the first three, but all six of them. Now, I wanted to have a discussion about Larson's 3 versus Lager Krantz's 3, but I'm not going to do that. That'd be a good head-to-head, which we might start shooting in April. So if that's the case, then I would definitely shoot that video because I want people to get just their thoughts about that as well. Also, like I said, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about the series? Let me know what your favorite books are. If you could rank them, how would you rank them? Who are your top 10 favorite characters, or who are your favorite characters? What are some of the best memorable moments within the books? And do you want to see these characters return in a new trilogy? Because I'm interested, scared, but interested. Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on. And I'm going to say it one more time, guys. We're going to be uploading things every weekend, regardless of just one video or 3 or 4 videos. But stay tuned. We'll definitely catch you guys later.